Hi, my name is Lee Leslie. I am the mentor for Linzie Green. I've been teaching for 35 years and coaching, and happy to help out this gentleman as he gets his teaching certificate.
Thanks, Coach. Basically, what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to discuss with you the upcoming mentorship that you have to do with me and what I plan on doing as far as lessons and my classroom expectations and stuff like that. Basically, the first week, what I plan to do is pretty much whatever you have. Maybe the CrossFit thing that we talked about earlier today. Plan on doing that as well as like when I work with Coach Dan, I can do some basketball and some other stuff like that too, some more physical activities like that.
Right. So we have 90-minute block classes here. So you've got to have your lesson plans pretty much dialed in to where the kids are staying busy for the bulk of the 90 minutes. So okay. What we'll do in this weight room is we've got anywhere between 9 to 12 choices on the board of workouts that each student needs. We'll put them on the workout of their choice or that fits them for the athletics that they're in at the time. And we will have them work on that for the first 40 minutes of the class, and we'll let them take a break. And then we do a 9-minute sprint workout in CrossFit, which we time them on for 9 minutes, and then they count their reps, and then they post them in their phones, and then they're checked at the end of each quarter so that we can give them credit for posting the times and seeing what they're doing on their growth period.
Okay. I'm not sure if they want to know what my classroom expectations are or yours, but I'll just ask you some of yours and then I'll give you some of mine as well.
Okay.
So what are your classroom expectations?
Classroom expectations are you show up, it's always on the board, you show up with a dress code, you need to have PE attire on, and you need to be appropriate in your dress, especially for females. The goal is to get better every day. So when you get here, you're to warm up, you're to do your dots, which is out on the gym floor, and get your body going. Then it's your warm-up knee-ups, which is your ab workout. Then you get your workout in. And then we do our sprint workout after that.
Yeah, and see, I would like to add some of mine to that as well. I mean, obviously with the dress code and stuff like that, but just being on your best behavior and listening as well, because especially in the weight room, I think that it's important that students listen so nobody gets hurt doing some of these exercises and stuff like that. Also, earlier today, I gave you the list of the standards. Mm-hmm. The in-task standards is 10 of them. And throughout the module 8, throughout that module, we would have to implement those standards into our lessons.
Okay.
And so that's why I gave you that to look over that. And this right here is a unit plan that I kind of developed as well, and it's got, my standards to be addressed right there, and then all the skills that the students need to have, and stuff like that. Also.
One other thing we do is we'll pre-test, which means we'll give them a run-through of, you always want to know what you're getting when kids come in the classroom, right, and then what they're going to leave with when they leave your classroom. Right. And hopefully there's a lot of growth there, and exactly what you said, being safe in the classroom, because this is a high-risk room, and then being proficient at something like, can these kids put themselves on their own workout when they graduate from high school?
Right.
Or are they going to have to spend $50 an hour hiring somebody
to do it?
And our goal is to make sure that they're the ones that can be their own athletic trainer.
Yep. And also, Teach now has a rubric system to where they, that's how they grade us off of that rubric. So we have to meet certain
criteria.
Certain criteria on that rubric, and it's usually 4 or 5 things on there worth so much percentages of your grade and stuff like that. So basically, what are your expectations of me in doing this?
The first thing I want you to know is once you're in the room, you're the teacher. Everything revolves around the atmosphere and the climate that you create.
Okay.
And there's a learning process that goes, we call it scaffolding, where you teach them the basics of weight training. As they get better, you go to the next step. Like we may be just teaching upright rows for 5 weeks, and then we take the upright rows into a clean and jerk because
Right.
it starts with an upright row, and we just scaffold into what we can do until we can leave them alone. And then once they're left alone and they're cleared, they can go through their workout, and we're monitoring and keeping an eye on them. But most of our work is basically just keeping an eye on them and making sure they're spotted and taken care of.
Okay.
The work becomes that of the student, and we're kind of steering them in the right direction.
Okay, I think that's about it that I have for today. Obviously, I see a lot of you, I'm around school and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to working with you, and I appreciate your time in doing this for me.
Awesome. You'll do a great job.
Thank you.